We've been in the dark age of gaming for a very long time now. I think for most people, and for myself actually, I can't really speak for most people. I'd say that gaming has somewhat taken a steep decline ever since like 2015-ish around there. With everything going on with the internet being a bit more invasive towards video games. I'm not trying to say that it's always been a bad thing. No, there's been many good developments that came along from the internet being integrated into gaming, but at the same time, there's been a hell of a lot of bad. And, aside from loot boxes, DLC, season passes, all these things that just force you to grind, all FOMO, all those kind of things, limited time events, and also online digital storefronts. Now, for me in particular, I hate launches on PC as much as I am currently a PC gamer. I think I'm just an average gamer. I like everything. I mean, I can see an old arcade machine in the middle of nowhere, and I'm happy to go and play whatever game is there from like 1980 something. Like I can play Cadillacs and dinosaurs and be happy with that. Just the way I am. Now, with PC in particular, I used to buy physical games a lot. Like this is one of the games that I've got over here. There's quite a number of other ones, but this particular one is Driver San Francisco. And if you haven't played this game, it's actually pretty good. Played it like very long ago, and I honestly can't remember much about it except for the fact that you can like switch between different vehicles and you are in a coma, so to say. So very weird game, but also a lot of fun. Now, for those of you who like your Assassin's Creed titles, and quite a number of different Ubisoft titles out there, whether they be physical games or digital, doesn't matter, Splinter Cell, whatever it is. In my case, I got Splinter Cell physically, and guess what? You can't really do anything with it. Once you've used up the license keys and those things, they are tied to what was your Ubisoft account. Now, as far as launches go, I hate them. I can't stand them. As far as digital storefronts go, I think they are extremely convenient, but it is a double-edged sword. At the end of the day, when those stores go down, you don't have access to purchasing new games. Whatever you've downloaded or whatever you have in your account, you might have access to it. But what happens if these guys decide to shut everything down? Or worse, what in case they just decide to shut you down and carry on with their merry own lives? In the sense that the store is still up, but you can't access your account. And that is what's happening now with Ubisoft. Basically, Ubisoft will delete everything if your account is inactive. In other words, what they're saying is, play the game or we delete your account. And when they delete your account, they're not playing around. They're deleting everything in there. You could have purchased every Ubisoft game under the sun, but you could have been too busy playing something else, or you could have been too busy with life, doing whatever, and maybe you decide to log in after a while and the account is gone forever, with all of your money sunk in. Now, even though I've got the physical game of Driver San Francisco, it's completely useless because, well, to everybody else except for myself, the license key is used up and it's tied to my account. I haven't logged into my Ubisoft account in years. The last time I can remember actually using it, I think, was like in 2017. Since then, I haven't logged in. Chances are it's probably deleted and everything is gone, and I don't care because for me, nothing of value was lost. The games that I played, I enjoyed. I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan anymore. After Assassin's Creed 4 and Rogue, I didn't care about the franchise anymore. I own a large number of these games across a large number of Ubisoft games across different platforms. I play them whenever I feel like it, but I'm not attached to anything from Ubisoft. If the company went into liquidation, I'd miss nothing. But that's me. What about you or somebody else who has Ubisoft games, whoever loves this kind of stuff, and also those people who aren't willing to throw away all of their money? What happens to those guys? Because of effectively, as far as this article goes, this is from insidergaming.com. It was recently revealed that Ubisoft has an account closure process that will see your history with the firm totally wiped if you remain inactive for too long. This was made clear by the company's support staff, and it has drastic ramifications. It means that your account will be automatically deleted, purchases, unlocks, progress, and everything else if you remain inactive for too long. It doesn't matter if you spent $500 on the platform and logged thousands of hours. If you stop using Ubisoft services for too long, they'll ping your email, warning you of the imminent closure of your account. If you then ignore or totally miss the email, then you can kiss your Ubisoft account goodbye. Now, I'll be honest, I don't check my email account regularly. In fact, I had my email account stolen from me a couple months back, and I didn't even know until I had to do something. It was stolen from me for like over a month. I couldn't log into it, and I lost access. In fact, how I found that I actually lost access was when I was trying to log into my Steam account, and that was stolen along with my email. So, yeah, I've also got over 16,000 unread emails since I first got my Gmail box many years ago, more than a decade ago. And now when I think about it, I haven't logged into Ubisoft, like I said, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, since 2017. Reason being is I've been busy doing other things. I've been going back in time and playing old games from like the PlayStation 2 for many years, PlayStation 3, a few games here on the PS4, but those things don't require you to have a Ubisoft account. From what I can remember, I mean, I've got Assassin's Creed games for PS4, and I don't recall ever actually having to use a Ubisoft account for anything. But effectively, all of my physical games on Ubisoft, I suspect are already deleted. If this is a thing, it's probably already gone. I'll have to check my email. Chances are my account has been deleted as well, for all I know. Like I said, don't care. I'm not attached to anything Ubisoft related. How long do you have? From what we can see, the duration that you need to surpass before your class is too inactive isn't set in stone. But some users have speculated that it could be anything from 2 years to 6 years. 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, it's been 6 years, basically, or more, according to some. Once you've passed that threshold, you have 30 days following the warning email to log into your account. Yeah, I'm not going to miss anything. This is just one less launcher for me to go through, and to be honest with you, I don't care. I am so tired of PC launches. I've had enough. In fact, I was making a video about it. It got so messy that I decided to stop it. But yeah, so this is some screenshots from appears to be a Twitter account. Michael Legacy Killer HD. This is just horrifying. Ubisoft confirms they will delete your account and purchase games if you go inactive for too long. Ubisoft, WTF, another example of why I'm becoming more and more concerned with the death of physical games. And this is where it comes in for me. I am a collector of video games. I have quite a number of them. I think I can proudly say I've hit well over the 500 mark by now across different platforms. I'm running out of space. I've got an entire wall of this stuff somewhere, and I've got boxes behind me. In fact, in the camera, I think you can see some crates behind me. These crates are all filled with games except for the top one. And then there's some PC games on the top. Next to me, there's boxes full of games. Behind me, there's boxes, there's shelves and stuff like that. And I was always of the view, and I still remain of that view, is that unless you can physically touch something that you have purchased, you technically don't own it. You know, whichever service provider holds that information or that actual good or service, it's purely in their hands and at their discretion. One day they'll just close down, shut down, go into bankruptcy. Something might happen where the company would just collapse. You won't have access to any of that stuff. And that's going to happen with digital video games as well. You can own physical games to some extent. I have Driver, the physical San Francisco game here, but it is completely useless because this account, doesn't matter, it's useless. But that game is tied to my Ubisoft account, and that's it. That account is gone probably. I'm not even going to bother looking into it because I'm not going to log into it for the sake of saving games that I've already played, don't care about, or just not really interested in. And in fact, I'll be honest with you, as far as I've got the physical copy over there, good luck stopping me from downloading a cracked version of the thing and installing it on my PC. As much as people can say whatever the hell they want about legality and all of those things, I myself am a lawyer in real life. You want to take me to court? Go ahead. We can sit there. We can argue all day long why you have denied me access to a product that I've paid for. I have the physical version for. It's stuck in an account which I don't care for. I don't want to log into that thing. I just want to play the game and be left alone. Good luck explaining that to somebody and trying to get some sort of damages out of them. But yeah, sorry, I went on a rant and a tangent over there. I probably burned so many brain cells. I'm so exhausted, and I'm also got quite the sugar rush going on right now. Lots of hot chocolate. We're in winter. But anyway, Ubisoft has confirmed this, in fact, to somebody where they've sent this notice out to them. We noticed that you have not been using your Ubisoft account associated with the email address. We've temporarily suspended your inactive account or your inactive Ubisoft account and will be closing it. Hey there, we wanted to chime in that you can avoid account closure by logging into your account within 30 days. Since receiving the email and email pictured and selecting cancel account closure link contained on the email. We currently do not want to lose access to your games. We certainly do not want you to lose access to your games. So if you have any difficulties logging in, then please create a support case with us. This is where a lot of people's fears comes in with digital copies of games. You can never own a digital game. It's like an NFT. If you bought that thing, you're an idiot. And if you think you can own an NFT, you are also an idiot. I just can bring up the snipping tool. In fact, take out my camera, take a picture of it, and there I've got the NFT as well. Not the value, but it's just a picture. It's an idiot people's tax. Now, with digital games, you don't own your digital libraries. I mean, I've spent a lot of money on the PlayStation Store, and like an Xbox 360, I finally got Xbox 360 with my first Xbox ever in 2019. The reason for that being is I wanted to play a game called Soul Calibur HD, which I found out is available on Xbox. After buying the Xbox, logging into the store, I go into Xbox Arcade and I find out it's no longer available. That's the only reason I bought the Xbox. And then afterwards, I proceeded to buy over like 70 games ever since. Never played anything, never completed any game on it, not once. But eventually I will when I get the time, when I feel like it. And to some extent, I hate the way gaming is being run as of late, because the whole purpose of, or the sole purpose of these companies is that they want to take as much money away from you but not give you anything in return, nothing of value in return. I mean, I just left my Ubisoft account thinking that one day I'll feel like playing Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. One day I'll feel like playing Driver San Francisco, and one day, believe it or not, I've got the original Assassin's Creed 3 on disc. I don't even know if it's available on the Ubisoft storefront. I haven't logged in. I played the game when it first came out. The original disc is sitting here somewhere. I'll whip it out when I get a chance. And I'm pretty sure none of those games will work, because I'm pretty sure my account is gone. I'll check it out later and stuff. But 2017 till now, it's gone. I don't care, but as far as preservation goes, I do. Because people are spending their hard-earned money on this. Games are not cheap. The hardware to get it is not cheap. Logging in, internet, all this kind of costs. These people are the ones who have built the gamers who have put their money into these platforms are the ones who actually build these companies. They're the ones who are going out and willing to buy the product. Have you any idea, with today's internet, how easy it is to download a cracked version of a game? Within an hour, you can get yourself some of the best AAA titles for free. I mean, you might be exposing yourself to some malware and to, taking quite a bit of chances, but still, not that it's advisable. This might look like Ubisoft is going to just tank the entire system. When you see the beginning of the end, I think this is how it goes. Basically, what they're trying to tell you is log in, play our game, or else. Everything is just limited. And I think the idea behind this is that for them, it probably costs them a bit of money to host you as a client of theirs or as a customer of theirs, in the sense that if you've got these games in the cloud, wherever it is stored, it probably costs them money to have your account verified and remain verified, so that when you do decide to log in and download the games, it's going to cost them a bit for whatever bandwidth and stuff like that. Whereas I think the idea over here is if somebody's inactive, they're considered basically, no longer alive. And the idea is that why should we keep that account floating about? It's just an extra cost to the company. Let's get rid of it and leave it at that. Yeah, that could be one thing. The other alternative could be that they're just trying to force people to spend as much money as possible and as much time as possible on their platform. In the sense that, look guys, you play our games, but if you stop playing them, we'll delete your account. So, you're kind of being coerced to log into Ubisoft nowadays. As far as this goes for digital platforms, this is something to be really, really stressed about, because this in itself already tells you and reminds you, if this is not like a brick to the face kind of reminder, that you do not own your digital games. Like when my Steam account was stolen, I tried logging in. Nothing worked. Not a single thing worked. Nothing. I couldn't download any games, obviously. Whatever games were on my PC, they couldn't be verified. I had no access to them. It took 48 hours to get sorted out. Mind you, Steam support, very good. I mean, I logged a ticket. A couple hours later, the guys told me what's going to be done and stuff like that. They got back to me. They told me it'll take 24 hours to verify all my information, to do whatever it is. And probably, actually, yeah, 2 days, less than 48 hours. Everything was sorted out and I was up and running again. But all of that made me realize digital platforms, digital storefronts are not worth the money that you put in there. They're not worth a single cent. Because, quite frankly, you can get almost anything that's available on a digital storefront, almost anything, for free. Even delisted games. Obviously, like I said, it's a dangerous thing to get into. It can cause the entire gaming community or gaming industry to collapse. I mean, think about it. Imagine if every single PC gamer never purchased a video game. They'd probably never release games on PC anyway in the future after that. They'd just stick to console. But this is anti-consumer as it can get. And I think it's time that gamers probably stood up against this. The only thing I can recommend you do is, as wild as this sounds, anytime a Ubisoft game is launched, do not purchase it for at least a month. Leave it hanging for a month. And then, if you're really desperate to play it, purchase it. Or maybe leave it hanging for as long as you can before you decide to purchase it. I'll leave the video over there. I hate when things like this happen, especially to people who put their money into this kind of stuff. Buying games is not cheap, especially at launch. These things, they are expensive. And in some cases, you spend like maybe 5 or 6 hours and you wonder whether that $60 that you paid was enough. As much as some Assassin's Creed games can be so long and daunting, after a while, it becomes repetitive and boring. And you gotta wonder, throwing your money into this endless void, whether it's gonna be worth it in the end of the day for anybody. When will it all collapse? I don't know. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you disagree or agree with whatever's going on, let me know in the comment section. Leave a dislike if you hate the video. And subscribe for more. I'll see you soon.